This is the Xiaomi Mi electric toothbrush. It's a smart toothbrush. I've been testing it for a few weeks and I'm here to give you my thoughts on it. So jumping straight in, what do I actually think of it? Well, overall, I was a little bit disappointed by the Xiaomi Mi toothbrush. It's a good toothbrush, but some of the things that made it stand out unfortunately didn't perform as well as I hoped, and I can't wholeheartedly recommend it. I think there are some better buys out there. So let me go into more detail and explain why I feel like this. So let's start by taking a look at the design then. It's a fairly minimalistic design on the Xiaomi brush here. We've got a white coloured handle with a sort of off grey coloured power button. This is also the button that allows you to cycle through the cleaning modes. You get 3 cleaning modes. You get clean, gentle and favourite. There are icons on the handle that light up when in use, and there's a battery status icon here as well. On the bottom of the brush handle we actually have a coloured ring that's removable. You get 3 rings included in the package, and those rings can be changed to identify whose brush is whose. So if there were 2 of you in the house and you both had the same toothbrush, you change the colour of the ring to know whose is whose. I think it would be smarter if they put the rings on the brush heads and just shared the handle and placed different brush heads on, but that's just my view of things. On the bottom is a recess for the charging stand. The brush does stand upright on a countertop. On the back of the brush, there's 4 rows of raised dots that run pretty much the length of the handle. That just helps with grip in the fingertips because the handle itself is cylindrical in its design. It's smooth to the touch. It's not the grippiest, but it's certainly not the slippiest either. The brush head is removable. It's quite stiff and it's a grey colour accented against the white body of the brush. Built inside is all the electronics, the motor. It's a sonic motor that offers 31,000 vibrations per minute, so equivalent to a Philips Sonic Air toothbrush. There's a rechargeable lithium-ion battery built in. It's a 700 mAh battery. It's supposed to offer up to 18 days of usage, but sadly the maximum I got is 16 days, which is a little bit disappointing because more often than not batteries outperform their claimed battery usage, but I got just 16 days. When you do need to actually recharge it, it comes provided with a charging stand that the brush sits on. It's a USB charging stand, which means it's really useful to use when traveling. You can connect it to a power brick if you want. You don't get one supplied, but the USB connection makes it nice and easy to charge up. You do get a battery status icon on here, which gives you a little bit of information about how much power is remaining in the battery, etc. Also built into the brush is a 2-minute timer and 30-second pacer. Obviously those are really important for helping you clean for the dentist's recommended 2 minutes and cleaning evenly. Those are activated in any of the 3 cleaning modes on here. So you've got the clean, gentle and favourite. The clean is the sort of the go-to option, and then you've got the gentle, which is designed for those who are suffering with sensitivity, and the favourite is one that you customise via the smartphone app. Unfortunately, you don't get the level of granular control on the customization that I expected. You just essentially choose from predetermined options. I thought you maybe have a slider on the power and the time, but you've just got a few options you select between, and it's not as customizable as I'd imagined. You use the power button to turn the brush on and cycle through any of the modes. You've got they light up when in use, but the modes are quite difficult to actually see on these small icons. I just prefer if they just gave the name that lit up on the front, but unfortunately they use icons. When the brush has finished the 2-minute cleaning cycle, it will automatically power itself off, which is a nice touch. The brush head here should be replaced every 3 months. Something to point out is that Xiaomi do use premium bristles on here. They're nylon bristles, but the bristles have been rounded at the tips. Unlike some bristles that are what's called rough cut and can be potentially quite sharp, these have all been polished off so they're rounded, so a little bit more gentle on your teeth and gums. And also a little thing to note is these have been heat fused into the brush head. They're not stapled in with metal staples, as is the case with some brush heads as well. So the application then, this smart toothbrush, it's Bluetooth enabled, which basically means you can control the brush and track your cleaning progress from it. There are 6 sensors built into the brush handle which relay information back to the app. Now the app is available for free on Android or iOS. It works okay, but it's not as good as the Oral-B or Sonic Air apps in my opinion. The big reason I don't think it's as good is because it doesn't allow the real-time transfer of information. You basically have to do the clean, then you sync the brush and the data is transferred, and you look back at the data and you basically learn from it for next time. Whereas Oral-B and Sonicare are really geared to real-time user feedback, which is better in my opinion. The app's also not as evolved. It doesn't have as many features in it. It doesn't allow you to set particular journeys. It doesn't allow you to buy spares, and it doesn't allow you to do as much customization as I'd actually imagined. Gives you the basic things. It certainly is a step in the right direction, but a few small tweaks could make it better. The other thing I note is that I've obviously learned how to brush my teeth correctly, and the highest score I ever got out of 100 was 92, which surprised me a little bit. Now, I was consistently getting high 80s, which shows the sensors were pretty accurate and at least it was an even pattern. But unfortunately, you could also trick this a little bit. Now, you could do that with a lot of smart toothbrushes, but I could switch it on, put it down on the countertop, and I'd still score somewhere in the 40s or 50s, which I don't think is truly reflective of how well you cleaned your teeth if you never actually put it in your mouth at all. But it's something to be aware of. But the idea is that the data is there to help you and you can certainly learn from it. It's also got a brush head reminder system built in, which is quite handy, albeit that's manually controlled. You need to tell it when you replace the brush head, etc. So the price of this brush is around about $57. When you price that over 3 years, including the cost of replacement brush heads, it works out at around about 10 cents per day, which isn't bad, but it's not the best value either. But it is a more premium model in the fact that it's got smart features to it. I do think though potentially the Oral-B Pro 3000 is potentially a better buy if you particularly want smart features. If you want a sonic cleaning action, then maybe look at the Philips Sonicare range, because I think you just get a little bit more bang for your buck. So all in all, it's not a bad toothbrush by any stretch of the imagination, but I think some of the features here are not as good as I'd really imagined, and certainly on the smart side, I think there are better options out there. So that's my opinion on the Xiaomi Mi electric toothbrush. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. For more videos like this, click subscribe. And if you have any comments or queries, leave them below. Until next time, thanks for watching.